Hi, it's AJ. Welcome to the VIP program, the VIP Global Leadership Program. Now, this is the first lesson set that everyone gets when they join the VIP program. Of course, in the future, I will send you a new set of lessons every month. Once a month, you will get an email from me. In the email will be a link to the new lesson page for that month. So every month you will get something new from me. So welcome. And what are we going to learn about? Number one, you're going to learn English speaking confidence. So you'll see that there's a mini story, a point of view story, and an audio commentary in every set. Every month you get that. Of course you do. So no worries. You're going to improve your fluency, your speaking quickly, easily, and automatically. That's number one. I want you to feel confident when you speak English. So right now, in fact, you need to put your shoulders back. And I want to see a smile on your face. And I want your chest to be up. And I want you to breathe deeply. Okay, remember, we have to change our bodies. That's the first step. It's not the only thing, but it's the first step to getting more confidence. When our chin is up, our shoulders are back, chest is up, we're smiling, we have more of a feeling of confidence, of strength and relaxation. So be sure to do that every time you listen to English, speak English, watch my videos. Always. Very, very, very important. So that's the first step. Now, you're going to learn confidence. You're going to get, new English, of course, from these lessons. But also, we're going to learn leadership. Every single month, I'm going to send you audio commentaries and a little video about the topic of leadership. And sometimes I'll use that movie technique. I'll pause and explain. Sometimes I will just talk myself about a leadership topic. Today, with our first one here, I'm going to show you a Tony Robbins video. I'll pause and explain to help you understand. So we can all become better leaders in our life, with our family, with our friends, at our jobs, and in general. Now, one note real quick. All of these Tony Robbins videos I use, they're public. I do not use Tony Robbins products. I respect Tony Robbins so much. I have bought so many of his products. I pay to go to his seminars. I would never use or copy his products. So these are public speeches. You can find them on YouTube or the internet or his website publicly. And I want you to help learn. I want to help you learn and understand Tony's ideas, because I think he is a great leader, someone we can learn a lot from. So let me start. This is a speech he gave at the TED conference. I think that means Technology, Education, and Development. Not sure about that. Speech from 2006. I will show you just a small part of it, help you understand it, and then I'll talk about the topic. Let's go.
I look at life and say there's two master lessons. One is...
Okay, so he said, I look at life, and I believe there are two master lessons. Two big things we must all learn in life.
There's the science of achievement.
Number one is the science of achievement. What's that? Well, that means how to be successful in your life. And it's a science, right? In your career or job, with money, with relationships, with health, whatever your goals are, what you want in life. It's kind of a science, right? If you want to be a great golf player, well, basically, you have to study other great golf players. You learn exactly what they do and how to do the grip and, how to do your swing. It's a science. You can study it. There are principles for this that you can learn very rationally, very logically. So there's the science of achievement, the science of success.
Which almost everyone in this room has mastered to it.
So he's saying which almost everyone in this room has mastered. At this conference, it's very, very, very successful, wealthy, great people. They all know the science of achievement. They're already successful in their lives.
Amazing step. That's how do you take the invisible and make it visible, right?
So he's saying the science of achievement, that's how you take the invisible and make it visible. What's he talking about? He means that's how you start with an idea, some great idea, then you make it real. You have a dream to have a big company, and then you create the company, and you make it. Or you have a dream to have a great, wonderful family. It's just invisible. It's in your head. It's an idea, but then you actually do it. The invisible, the idea, becomes something real in the world. That's the science of achievement.
How you take what you dream about and make it happen, whether it be your business, your contribution to society, money, what?
So he's saying how you take your goal, your idea, the invisible, and make it happen in the world. You make it real, whether it be your contribution in the world, your business, your finances and money, your family, whatever.
Whatever it is for you, your body, your family.
Your body, your family.
But the other lesson of life that is rarely mastered is the art of fulfillment.
So we're saying the other lesson of life you must master is the art of fulfillment. We have the science of achievement, becoming successful, becoming rich, great family, great body, all these things we always think about. That's the science of achievement. But he said there's another challenge, another great life lesson we must learn. The art of fulfillment. What is fulfillment? Well, fulfillment really means happiness, right? Happiness is what he's talking about. The art of being happy. Right? We know that a lot of successful people are not happy. We see famous people all the time. They have tons of money. They're rich. Everybody loves them. They're super, super successful. They have great bodies. They're super handsome or beautiful. They have a perfect life, we think, but they're not happy. They have the art of achievement. They do not have the art of happiness, the art of fulfillment. We need both.
Because science is easy, right? We know the rules. You write the code.
He's saying science is easy, the science of achievement. It's easy. We know the rules. The rules are more clear, right? Like in business. We basically know what we need to do to make more money. Cut our expenses and market well. And it's very clear, much more clear. We know the rules. We know the code.
You follow those, and you get the result.
So he's saying if you follow those rules, you follow the rules, and you do a good job, you get the result you want.
You know the game, you just, you up the ante, don't you?
He's saying you know the game, you up the ante, don't you? What's that? That's a slang phrase. To up the ante means to raise your level. Comes from poker, actually, from betting. But the more general meaning, to up the ante, it means to raise your level. You were a beginner, and then you raise yourself to intermediate. You were intermediate, you raise yourself to advanced. You upped the ante.
But when it comes to fulfillment, that's an art.
So he's saying, that's a science, achievement, success, that's a science. There are clear rules. But happiness, fulfillment, that's an art. It's less clear what we need to do.
And the reason is it's about appreciation and it's about contribution.
So he said, why? Why is it an art? Why is it different than success? He's saying because fulfillment and happiness, that's about two things, appreciation and contribution. Interesting. Appreciation means gratitude. It means being grateful for what you already have. Right? Achievement, success, that's usually about wanting more. I want to be more successful with English. I want more money. I want a better relationship. I want to lose more weight. You're thinking about the future. But happiness, fulfillment, that's about being happy and grateful for what you have already now. I'm so happy for my wife. I'm so happy for my children. I'm happy that I have this body, that I can breathe and smile and feel good. I'm so happy for my parents, for whatever you have. Interesting, huh? And then number two, the other part of the art of fulfillment is contribution. Contribution means helping other people, giving to other people, being generous, not with money so much, but really generous with your heart, generous with your feelings, giving and helping and teaching other people. That's the other part of fulfillment, of happiness.
You can only feel so much by yourself.
Right? He's saying you can only feel so much. It means there's a limited amount you can feel alone. If you're alone, you can feel a little bit happy. Sure, you can feel happy. But when you share with other people, help other people, your happiness grows much bigger. It's an important point.
So I've had an interesting laboratory to try to answer the question of the real question, which is what's the difference in somebody's life if you look at somebody like...
Whew, he talks fast, huh? He says, so I've had an interesting laboratory in which to look at what's the difference in somebody's life. He's talking about different people. So what is he talking about? An interesting laboratory. Well, he's talking about his business, right? In his business, he always meets people. He meets a lot of people with problems. Successful people, people who are not successful. Happy people, people who are not happy. So this is kind of like a laboratory, right? It means he can go and he can compare and experiment and try different things and find out what is the difference. What's the difference between a very happy person and someone who's depressed? What's the difference between a very successful person and someone who's not? So Tony Robbins is always looking to find out what is the difference between these kinds of people.
Those people that you've given everything to, like all the resources they say they need.
So he's saying, for example, those people you give everything to, they have all the resources. Resources means things you need. So he's talking about, for example, somebody who is famous, super rich. They had wonderful, loving parents. Their husband or wife is wonderful and loving and great and fantastic. Everything externally on the outside seems to be perfect.
Even not a $100 computer, you gave them the best computer. You gave them love.
If they want a computer, you give them the best computer. If they want love, you give them lots of love.
You gave them joy. You were there to comfort them.
You gave them joy, happiness. You were there to comfort them. To comfort means to make someone feel better. If they feel sad, you are there and you help them feel good.
And those people very often, and you know some of them, I'm sure.
He says those people, the people who have everything. He says very often, and he says you know some of them, I'm sure. You probably know people like this who have everything. They seem to have everything they need.
End up the rest of their life with all this love, education, money, and background.
They end up with the rest of their life, they have all of this. They have all of this love, money, education. Perfect background means great parents, great experiences.
Spending their life going in and out of rehab.
And they spend their life going in and out of rehab. These perfect people with perfect lives, many times, especially we see famous people, they go in and out of rehab. What's rehab? Well, rehab, he means drug rehabilitation. Drug rehabilitation. So he's saying they become drug addicts. They need to go to a program, a center, a rehabilitation center for drug addicts to try to quit drugs. We see this with famous people all the time. Everybody loves them. They're rich. They're beautiful. They had great parents. Everything seems to be perfect. Yet they become drug addicts. They have to go to these hospitals, these rehabilitation centers to try to quit. They quit for a short time, then they go back again. So he's thinking, why, right? Most people think, oh, if I had more money, if I had more success, if more people love me, if my body was better, then I would be happy. It's not true, necessarily.
And then you meet people that have been through ultimate pain.
So he's saying, and then, on the other hand, you meet other people who have been through, who have experienced ultimate pain, total horrible pain.
Psychologically,
Psychological pain, sexual pain.
Sexually, spiritually.
Spiritual pain.
Emotionally abused. And
emotionally abused. So they have sexually been abused. Emotionally abused. In other words, their parents or boyfriend or somebody said terrible things to them all their life. Hurt them physically, hit them, beat them up. Terrible, terrible, terrible pain in all of their life.
Not always, but often they become some of the people that contribute the most to society.
So he's saying not always, but often those people that had so much pain, later they become the people who contribute the most to society, who help society the most, who help other people the most. They become the best, most wonderful, most loving people, most happy people in the world. Now, not immediately, right? It takes a long time for them sometimes. But often those become the very best people. The people who had the most pain. Why?
So the question we got to ask ourselves really is,
So he's saying the question we have to ask ourselves, really.
what is it?
What is it? What's the difference? What causes happiness? What causes great leadership? It's not tons of money. It's not lots of success. It's not everybody loves you. Clearly, it's not.
What is it that shapes us? And we live in a therapy
What is it that shapes us, that influences us?
culture.
We live in a therapy culture, right? So he's saying people think we need to go to some psychologist and talk about our problems all day.
Most of us don't do that, but the culture is a therapy culture. And what I mean by that is
He says the culture's there. He says most of us don't do that, but the culture has this therapy mentality. In our general global culture, this idea we need to just talk and talk about our problems. That's the solution.
mindset that we are our past.
And here's the big thing. This is the most important idea right here. There's a mindset, a belief, a deep belief in most of the world that we are our past. The past equals now, the past equals our future. So many people believe this, right? My past was terrible. Therefore, I am terrible now. My life is terrible now. Therefore, in the future, my life will be terrible always. So many people have this belief. It's not true. Not true.
And everybody in this room, you wouldn't be in this room if you bought that theory, but most of society thinks
So he's saying everybody in this room would not be here. They would not be at this success convention, seminar, if they bought that theory. This is a good idiom. To buy an idea means to believe it. You say, I don't buy that idea. It means I don't believe that idea. So sometimes we use the word buy, to mean believe. If we're talking about ideas, you say, don't buy that idea, or I don't buy that idea. It means I don't believe it. So he's saying most of you don't buy that idea. Most of you don't believe that idea. The past causes me to be how I am in the future.
biography is destiny.
But he's saying most people in the world do believe it. They believe that biography is destiny. What's biography? Biography is your past life. What's destiny? Destiny is your future life. He's saying most people believe biography, the past life, causes the future life. And I'm going to stop here with Tony and just talk to you a little bit about this idea. So important. This idea that the past causes what's happening now, and the past causes the future. It does not. This is one of the beliefs you must change in your life if you have it. To be a great leader, to contribute, to be happy, to help your family, to help your friends, to help the world, to be a better person. Everything depends on this changing. The past does not equal the future. This is a basic Tony Robbins idea. It's a basic idea for happiness and success. We know it's not true. We know people who had terrible, horrible things in the past. They were abused. They had physical problems, emotional problems, no money, poor, terrible, terrible lives in the past. And yet, now, they are so happy. They're rich. They're helping other people. They're wonderful, great, incredible leaders. We also know people in the past who had everything, rich, so much money. They grew up rich. Their parents were rich. They got love all the time. Their parents gave them love constantly. Everybody always giving them love. Maybe they're famous. Everybody knows them and loves them. Physically, they're strong and healthy. They look beautiful or very handsome. They seem to have everything in the past, and yet now they're unhappy. They have terrible lives. They don't love anybody. They're not helping anyone. They are terrible, terrible leaders. So this is important. We must always think about this. It's so easy to blame now on the past. It's so easy to focus on the past. Oh, I'm not good at English because in the past my teachers were bad. In the past my school was bad. Maybe that is true. It doesn't matter. Forget the past. Right now, you have a better method. Right now, you have effortless English lessons. Right now, you know the 7 rules. You know a better way. Forget the past. Your present and your future can be totally different. You can be a confident English speaker. You can feel relaxed when you speak English. You can speak fluently, easily, and automatically. You can communicate powerfully. Your past is not important. Now is important, and the future. It's also about our emotions. If you're not happy now, that's okay. In my life, many times, I was not happy. But right now, I am very happy. Why? Because I don't blame the past. I don't focus on the past. I focus on now. What can I do now to be happy? What can I do now to be healthy? How can I help other people now? How can I teach other people now? How can I give more to other people now? How can I appreciate what I already have now, my beautiful, wonderful wife, Tomoe, who I love dearly? Yes, we have disagreements and problems and different views about things, but I still appreciate her so much. I appreciate past girlfriends or people I dated. We broke up and we're not together anymore and our lives are totally different. But I still appreciate them. I'm thankful. I learned something from them. They were still good people. I appreciate other people in my past. Maybe they didn't like me. Maybe we had problems and we argued, but I learned something from them. I can choose to still appreciate them. Maybe I don't like them. Maybe I don't want to be their friend. But I can still be thankful because I learned something from them. Because of them, I learned and I became a better person. I can still appreciate that. I can appreciate the problems in my life in the past because they taught me something. They made me stronger. They made me better. In the past, I was very unhappy about it. But now, I can look back and I see, that was a chance to learn. That was a chance to grow. That's how you need to change. If you want to be a global leader, you want to be confident, you want to be happier, it's very important to appreciate your problems and appreciate your past, even if it was bad and terrible, especially the bad and terrible parts. That's the difference between people who are unhappy and they are terrible leaders and people who become great, happy, wonderful leaders. The great ones look at the terrible things in the past, the pain, and they learn something from it. They appreciate it. They say, it was terrible, it was horrible, but I'm thankful because I learned to care more about other people. It helped me to be more sensitive for other people. It taught me to be a better person. Or I decided I would never do that to another person. I was hurt. I decided I would never hurt other people this way. You learned something from it. It made you a better person. You need to learn to appreciate that. The experience was bad, yes, but the learning was wonderful for you. It can make you help other people so much because of that pain in the past. We all have pain from the past. But we have a choice. Do we blame the pain and focus on it and become negative and terrible? Or do we learn from it and appreciate the lesson we learned? And then use that lesson to help other people. It can be something small, it can be big, but that's the point that Tony's talking about. It's a very important point for leadership. So that's my point for you today. With this first lesson for VIP. And I will be talking about leadership ideas in every lesson set every month. And also, I want you to listen to the audio commentary because I will talk about some of these ideas more in the audio commentary. Also, of course, listen to the mini story lesson and the point of view lesson. For your English listening and speaking, those are the most powerful lessons. Listen to those every day. Shout your answers with your shoulders back, smiling, and your chest up. Strong shouts and answers, strong body, confidence. Teach yourself to be confident every time you listen to English, use English, and speak English. Okay? So I look forward to teaching you and helping you every single month. Thank you for joining the VIP program. Together, we are going to help so many people. We can start with our family and friends. We can start with other members in the Effortless English Club, especially the new members. But then we can continue in all of our life. Thank you so much. It's my honor to serve you, to help you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.